Okay, so here's another interesting, different type of rifle. This is a Mauser. Well, it's actually a Czechoslovakian BZ-24, which is a Mauser action, that is chambered for 45 ACP and configured to take 1911 magazines. It is a standard Mauser action. It is much longer than the 45 ACP cartridge, but it handles the same cartridge. If you look here, you'll see a scarring along the paint. That is due to the ejector, which is different. It tucks under the bolt release, reaches around, and scrapes along the bolt. Now, pull the bolt release back, and a difference, there was something that needs to be modified with when constructing these. This is a conversion kit. The conversion kit comes from Rhineland Arms. Inside the extractor or ejector groove, there's a lip inside here that has to be ground away. You can't really see it, but if you are going to get one of these conversion kits and make it work, you have to understand, at least on the BZ-24, which is what this is, there is a lip right at the very back of the bolt that needs to be removed. It needs to be removed very carefully so you don't weaken the bolt. It took me many hours to deal with that. The ejector for this is a new part. It goes under the bolt release, reaches around, and if you notice, because I painted it, you can see the track that it follows when doing this. Now, the sight that I put on this is a holographic sight that mounts with a single point on a rail and is very short. This rifle was a BZ-24 that was somebody's gunsmithing learning experiment, and they hacked it up pretty bad. The Rhineland Arms, and I will put the link in the chat or in the information to Rhineland Arms. Rhineland Arms makes a conversion kit for a standard Mauser action, which is what this is. It's a BZ-24, to convert it to 45 ACP. It includes a new barrel, which look at that. That looks like a ballistic barrel. You can do a lot of things. There's a lot of options you can do with this. But it's a 16-inch barrel. Uses a locking ring system that is very similar to the Savage system that they're using on the 110s and 10s, with a locking ring so you can set the headspace and lock the ring down and everything's great. This action actually had, when I purchased it, it had a set of Weaver mounts on forward and aft, and they were not true. They were not square, and it had a significant amount of torque between them. The forward mount, though, was actually true to the bore. It was the rear mount that was off, and so I just decided on a holographic sight that would fit on the single rail, which is perfectly acceptable 45 ACP, because 50 yards, maybe 100 yards, if if all conditions are right and you have the right load and you have the right round and everything's perfect and the right game is right, maybe 100 yards, but no, I would never trust this to be on 50 yards. And so a simple single mount holographic sight, and it's actually sighted in at 50 yards and it works great. This is an ATI stock, fiberglass stock, that works great. Oh, this is the stock this rifle came with. It was hacked up while it was obviously not the factory stock. It had a horrible fiberglass job, bedding job done, a horrible bedding job done. With this was clearly hacked up, and so it is no longer. This rifle is set up, the conversion kit from Rhineland Arms. Again, I will post that in the notes so you can get to them, because this is a great thing. The paint job is courtesy Duracoat, and I just wanted to do that. This is an insert here. If you notice, there's a paint line here, because when I first put it in, I put it in entirely too tight and the magazines wouldn't fit, so I had to refit it. The magazine release and catch is a standard 1911 magazine catch, which has to be added to this kit in order to make it work. You have to get the magazine catch. So I got one and installed it. It's an extended version. I forget whose version it was, and it has a heavier spring, and that's fine because it works fine. This is a standard model 1911 magazine. This one is a Chip McCormick magazine, and I use Chip McCormick Shooting Star magazines exclusively because they work. And boom, it works and holds. Chip McCormick 10-round Shooting Star magazine. Works great, locks in. This is the exception. I forget who made these. This is a 15-round straight stack 45 ACP magazine, and it works great too. Bolt action 45 ACP, kind of hard to beat. The bolt is much bigger than it needs to be. Longer throw and all of that because it's standard Mauser. However, it works and it's very accurate. I have this sighted for 45 or for 50 yards using just a straight holographic sight, and it hits. It makes 2-inch groups at 50 yards, which is as good as you can expect with no magnification. It's a holographic sight, 16-inch barrel, 45 ACP. This is just an awesome carbine. I love this thing. I love it even better than I love the Marlin Camp Carbine 45. So as a companion to my 45 ACP, I can't think of anything better. I honestly can't. This is a great gun. I love this gun. This is a great gun. I love this gun. That's the way it is.